Hello, this is the first part of our Falcon build. And by us, I mean me and my son. And here he is.
Hello, hi, my name's Logan, I'm 4, and
You're 4?
oh, sorry, 9. I haven't really done one of these in like, I don't know, a month or 2 or something.
You have your own YouTube channel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you do your own YouTube stuff?
Yeah, and hopefully link in the description. I don't really know if my mom will be able to do that. And my last tip, and if you want to go and visit my channel, it's called Logan's Not Home.
Logan's Not Home. Okay. So this is going to be your first foray into cars, right? Mm-hmm. And this is probably going to be the first one that I totally record so that everybody can follow along. So we picked up this 64 Falcon. I think I got this maybe about a year ago. And, oh, sorry, I thought the screen died. We picked it up outside of Yakima, I believe. And the guy was asking $1,700 for it. It has some issues, got some rough parts. You know, it's not perfect. But I've always wanted a 64 Falcon. And this one was the right price. So he wanted $1,700 for it. I do have a fender. I do have a front grille. Actually, the front grille's over there. I gotta figure out where the fender is. But he wanted $1,700 for it. You know, looked around and said, you know, it's a little rough. So we got I believe we paid $1,200 for it, which is just a screaming deal for a car that's anywhere near usable. This is kind of the quick tour. Today is just gonna be cleaning. We're going to give it a quick once over with a vacuum. Just see what we got. I know the floorboards are no good, so the floorboards are definitely going to need some work, but the door opens and closes just fine. Come around here to the front. Logan, do you want to open the hood for me?
Oh,
just
yep.
Pick up. Pick up. Real hard. Use your muscles. There it goes. Gonna hit you in the face. There you go. Good work. All the way up. All right, so I believe this is a 260. This car came with a 260 from the factory. It's got some aftermarket valve covers. This is really about how it came when I bought it. The suspension's been torn apart. I just put some blocks in there because the springs are out just to get it in the shop. We put, I think, gosh, when that was like a month after we bought it, I think we went, remember we were in the trailer and we put the oil, the transmission fluid, and the acetone in the cylinders. Do you remember that?
No.
When we saw the lizard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that was the first time we worked on it. That was quite a while back. It's been sitting here. I mean, I pulled all the plugs out, put the acetone and transmission fluid in it, and just put the plugs back in. So we'll test and see if the motor turns over. Once I get all the spider ribs and everything out, we'll probably vacuum the intake. It's a 2-barrel carb. I'm sure it needs work. I know there's a hole in the radiator. It had a leak. Yes. You want to open that door for me?
Yep.
We'll take a tour of this, and then we'll look in the trunk and see what's going on in there.
Okay.
So as you can see, the floorboard is, you know, not exactly flat. The panels are a little warped. The seats are toast. As far as body issues, I would say, I think it's the other panel that's been replaced. This one's been smushed. It's not too bad. Someone tried straightening it out. Could be worse. Probably gonna take the windows out, just reseal them and see what's going on in the channels. They don't look, there's no holes. Let's put it that way. Rebuilt a 67 Nova and it had tons of holes. And it had been repainted. So this panel here, as you can see, has been stitched. So I'm not sure what's underneath that. But this quarter looks okay. The doors look okay, the roof looks okay. This trunk is rusted out. We will definitely have to fix that. I think I have a new trunk for it. I scored some parts off of Craigslist for super cheap. Some guy had gotten rid of a Falcon and, hey buddy, can you stop moving that chair around? He had got rid of his Falcon but had a bunch of spare parts for it. So I have a couple extra doors. I think I have a trunk lid and a few other things. So there's a little treasure trove of items in here. Underneath, we're working with, I think it's an 8.5. It's not a 9-inch. Air shocks. So somebody was hot rodding it a little bit at least, or they just used those as a replacement. I'm pretty sure it has Ford's 2-speed equivalent of a power glide in it, which is probably toast, which is probably why the car was parked in the first place. So that's going to be hard to figure out. I mean, we can either rebuild it or move on to like a C6 or a C4. But right now, like I said, just the cleaning stage. I did pick up these rally wheels for it. Absolutely love these wheels. They're on bias plies, so they're definitely going to need to be replaced, but just love the way it looks. So that's pretty much it. Show them the inside. What we're going to do is we're going to take the seats out. We just got everything vacuumed. It looks okay. We're going to throw the carpet away anyways. I just wanted to get all the hantavirus out of there so that, you know, we didn't die while we were doing this. That's good, buddy. That's good. All right, so we got to go underneath, get the seat bolts out. They're a little rusty. You getting all that?
Yeah, I was trying at least.
No, you're good. It's not that exciting anyway. All right, I'm gonna lay down here. Use a hammer. The first hammer on the Falcon. I just want to give up.
Mm-hmm.
Let me make sure I got that bolt out, but I'm pretty sure I did.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
It helps when you take the bolt out.
Okay.
Ow! Did you get that on camera?
Not all of it.
I think you might have. That's all right. Man, this stuff's nasty.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
We got the chair out. Now let's see what's under here.
Just a little hantavirus, maybe a washer and a nut, and a machine screw, and a ball bearing. How cool.
Oh, cool. That actually looks like a baby bullet.
Actually, I did find pellets on the other side.
Huh.
Let's go check out the other seat, yeah?
Yeah, okay. Let's go.
Make sure to turn the camera around so they can see what you look like.
Okay. Hey.
Here, let me see. You're a little too close. Logan has his full protective gear on because hantavirus. We don't need dancing. So we got ear protection, we got eye protection, we got lung and glove. All right, there you go. Back underneath. Tell the people what the plans are for the car.
Okay. So for today, we're just gonna be like working on it and doing some stuff and cleaning it out. But right now, we're just taking out the chairs. Just making sure that the screen doesn't go black.
You're on there?
Yeah.
Okay, we're on. Have to see, you just make sure it's pointing in the right direction. Let's put this on the other side, watch out. Okay, so now those nasty seats are out. We can take the carpet out, see what's underneath, huh?
Yeah.
Or what's not underneath.
We got some metal stuff there, and we got a whole bunch of glass and other stuff.
I'm guessing that there's a lot of floorboard missing.
Same here. Now let's take off. Wait. I have a new game show. What wool is under the carpet? You'll find out soon. In 3.
Can you, Logan? You're taking the carpet off, buddy. You paying attention?
Yeah.
Hey, there's some good floorboard in there somewhere.
That's cool.
Really bad floorboard in there as well.
Yeah, really. No, I'll step out there.
Wow. Shallow breaths.
Oh, there was a wrench left in here.
Oh yeah, get that, thanks.
Welcome.
Can't be throwing our tools away. Wow.
That stuff just comes right off.
Yeah. So this is sound deadening. This isn't like carpet or anything, but what happens is the stuff stays wet and then it sits on the metal. And then it keeps the metal wet, and then what happens to the metal when it's wet?
It rusts. It rusts.
It rusts, yeah.
And then it becomes weaker and weaker. This thing's probably been
Yeah,
seen.
there's no floorboard here, it's just channel. That's crazy. Okay, well, kind of expected that. Got a free fuse though, made the whole thing worth it.
Hey, that's cool. What's a fuse?
It's for electricals.
Cool.
For the sparky stuff. All right, let me come on that side and I'll take the rest of the carpet out.
Okay.
$1978. That was.
Look at that clean metal.
66 years old.
Oh, what do you know?
You're good. You're good. Good.
And we got some chargers over there.
Okay, we're gonna clean up a little bit and then we'll be back with you.
Okay, bye.
Okay, you're back with us. So take a look at the inside. Come on this side. we have vacuumed out the entire inside of the car. Take a little tour. So we didn't find a whole lot of cool stuff, but we did find a whole lot of holes. So something else that we did find in the glove box is a graduation tassel from '86. Can you see that? There you go. So that's kind of cool. Someone's dirty old comb. Some weird plastic bears and a plastic cat and a valve stem cover, some nuts and bolts, and a penny from '83. Nothing else super cool except there was a necklace from Playboy that I already gave to my wife because it was pretty cool looking. I'll get a picture of that and she'll add it into the video. So the bad news, obviously you can see daylight through the driver's side. It's really not as bad as I thought. I mean, they make patch panels for most of the just floorboard areas. So, you know, it could be worse. We also found a couple pennies. That one's 78, and this one is 73.
Okay.
And then there was a tie around the rearview mirror. We took off the trim and everything else that we could. And now we're gonna take the door off. So I'm gonna hand you over to Logan, and we're gonna take this door panel off.
Yeah.
See if there's anything cool in here.
Mhm.
We took the driver's side off just to see the process of removing, and there was nothing. But these armrests are super nice. I've never seen an inset aluminum like that. All right, so take my rag here. I have a special tool for this. I just don't know where it is. So we'll take it off the old school way. And if you don't know how to do this, you just take a rag, and there's a little clip in here. You just work it back and forth till it catches the clip. And then once it does that, it should just take the handle right off. It should. Okay, 10 minutes later, we have the clips off, and we have the handles off.
Now let's rip this thing off.
Well, let's just take it off. Let's not rip it off.
Oh.
Because we may want to use some of it later.
Okay.
So there's clips here at the end. Once we get the clips out, we're going to bow the panel. Or just take it out of the channel, but sometimes it slides. Let's just do it this way. Didn't really want to ruin this.
And also we found out that its name was Aunt Lana or something.
Someone had, let me see it. Somebody scribbled their name in the side of the paint here. If you can see that. There you go. There's a couple other ones too. Can't really read them. Okie dokie. There we go. Minimal rippage.
Okay. Something just closed the door.
Fine, just the door.
Okay.
Alright, so let's take this off, see if there's any treasure back here.
Yep.
Someone's been in this before. This is not stock tape. Oop. There's all the stock glue. Ooh, big old wasp.
Mm.
There's something in the door. Not sure what that is. Oh, that's sound deadening from the door. Stuff just peeling off. Nobody can see in there.
Okay.
It's okay. Well, there's nothing in here. All right. Well, let's take out the back seat because that's the next step. Maybe the build paper's in there.
Okay.
See anything in the door except junk
I think it's dead.
and sound deadening. Okay, follow me.
Okay.
So, I've never had this seat out before. Stand on this side. You're gonna get this whole area. But the one in the Nova, you push in one of these general areas here, and it unclips and it comes out. And I'm guessing it's about the same. Not sure if I should stand here, but let's see. Okay, a couple minutes later, we now have the back seat at least loose. I had to use old friendly Mr. Crowbar here. And as suspected, yes, if you look down here, there's a little, not that far, buddy, right there. This piece here goes down, and then it sits over another piece of metal that it's hooked to. You gotta push really hard and then pull at the same time. Anyways, we got it out, so let's pull this back seat out and see if there's anything in here.
Okay.
Light breaths. It looks like a mouse home. Come on back over here.
No, okay.
Oh yeah. It's definitely a mouse house.
Yep.
And I don't see any build paper. So sometimes, oh look, there's a tag right there.
Cool.
Sometimes there's a build paper underneath the back seat from the factory. Man, this thing's super nasty. But it looks like all we got is this tag, which is still cool.
Cool.
A little piece of history here. So I see some stuff kind of sticking out here, but we're not really in the back seat yet. I hope this is what it looks like, which is the, oh! These are so hard to find. I cannot believe this is in here. So what this is the piece that goes on the fender in the front, because these have what's called an arrow on the side. I already have one of these, but didn't know I had this one, so that's awesome. And it looks like there's a second one.
That's super cool.
Somebody spray painted it. That sucks, but so happy to see those. All right, so I'm just gonna dig through this real quick, kind of back up a little, right there. Just want to see if there's anything in here. Nothing. That's a piece of metal. And some more trim clips. Okay, well, we're gonna vacuum this out and then we'll hit the trunk. Go ahead and shut it off, buddy.
Okay.
So we got the rest of the back seat out. We vacuumed all this stuff. It was really nasty. There was like big turds in here from not even a rat. Not sure what it was. Anyways, so this panel here on the other side is like completely rotted out. Probably see that. Not a huge deal. It's replaceable. All of it's replaceable, so try not to freak out about it. Western Family Fancy. Your mommy's gonna want that.
Okay.
We're gonna keep that. It's pretty good shape. Is there a receipt in here, maybe? No, there's a mud hut though.
What's that?
Remember those mud bugs I was telling you about?
Oh yeah, mud hut.
Okay, well, we'll throw that over there. So we have the trunk lid off. Figured it would be easier so that you could see everything. Take a look down in here. We'll start pulling stuff out, and anything that looks useful, we will hold it up. Stay right there.
Okay.
So I think this is the headlight bezel for this car.
Okay.
It's a little bent. I hope it's the right one. So that's definitely useful. A hubcap from an old Ford.
Ew.
That is not useful, but we will keep it. Another hubcap from an old Ford, also not useful. And we got all kinds of stuff. So this is a surround from next to the radio, I believe. That's very useful. Falcon badge, very useful.
And another Falcon badge and that
260, that's an engine badge.
Another Falcon thing.
Oh, that's the one for the hood.
Cool.
Another side 260. Have to make those bigger. That's what you wanted. I don't even know what that's for. It looks like a screen door, maybe.
Yeah, and it kind of looks like a car too.
I think that's bent, but it may not be. That's a piece of trim, I believe. This is not for this car. Oh, this is not that useful. Radio knob looks like. Another radio knob. Those aren't stock. And I'm guessing this all spells out Ford Falcon. Let's see. Oh, that one's broke. That sucks. That's the other piece to this. 351. That's cool. Even though it's not for this car. Sounds like somebody had intentions on putting a bigger engine. F-O-R-D. Right. Well, we got a Ford Falcon. No C. That's okay. But I know that your friend Scott and Becky are gonna like that one. Look at that Volkswagen.
Cool.
Okay, so this is the stripe. So look on this side of the car. That thing for the other side, which is great because I didn't know I had both of these. We got springs, which are wrapped up in a bunch of wiring, which is unfortunate.
Oh wait. Not that part yet.
Let's go this way. Nice that it has springs because they're obviously not installed yet, so that's good to have. Jeez.
Well, that one's really wrapped up.
Okay. Got an old nasty squirt bottle.
Yeah.
Trash. Sweet old saw, just in case you need to get out of a sticky situation.
And my grandpa has one of those.
Yeah. Oh. Is this full of antifreeze?
What's antifreeze?
That's what the engine uses to keep cool. Let's see. Yep. That's antifreeze.
What do you know?
I'm guessing that's from like 88.
Yeah. Wonder if it still works.
I'm sure it does.
Sure.
Okay. Good chemical. We got a battery hold down that's seen better days. We're going to throw that away.
I mean, it looks cool. Also, is it okay if I can have that one?
We'll make you a pile, buddy.
Okay.
Rusty old piece of metal pile. It's an old flashlight. Ever ready Union carbide. Trash. This looks like an exhaust hanger. Somewhat useful. That's a big round. Probably won't use that, but we'll put it in the pile anyways. Piece of an old carburetor.
Yeah, and if you look from the right point, it looks like a face.
Which way? This way? This way?
Yeah, that
Oh
one.
yeah, that way. There you go. Does look like a face. Probably won't end up using that. So this is a fuel pump.
Ooh, that's cool.
So this is what pumps gasoline to the engine, or used to. I'm assuming it's no good anymore. Probably throw that away, but we'll keep it just to keep it. Handle to an axe. It's trash, but I'll put it in the burn pile. Here's an accelerator pump, I believe. And this is a vacuum advance for the distributor. Here's the hat off of the same carburetor. Another 2-barrel, which is what's on the car now. This is a trim ring for the headlights. Pretty useful.
Hey, you know.
Sweet old gauges.
Yeah, and that thing could go in my go-kart. Just saying, just saying.
That
Just
would
an
be
idea.
pretty neat. I don't think those are stock. Let's see, what do they say on them? Guessing they're not stock. Where's that one at? That would be nice to have. Thrust, quick starting fluid. Always a sign of a car that didn't run well if it has starting fluid in it. Here's a lid to a toolbox, which is very dirty.
That I would like to keep if I could.
Yeah, we'll throw it there. It's a radio for a knob for a radio. Here's a circuit tester. That's a tool. Here's a jug if you want to start playing jug. It looks like something used to live in it.
Yeah, that I don't even want to try.
Looks like apple juice.
Oh, what do you know? It is apple juice. There's a sign on it. That seems like old toothpaste.
This is Blue Magic, which is metal polish. Someone was polishing, I'm guessing, the valve covers.
Cool. And that stuff right there looks like firecrackers.
Firecrackers? Where?
Right there.
That's a snake.
Oh, wait, what?
Just kidding. This is useful. This is a nice cup. Another ground.
Cool.
Then we got a sledgehammer.
That's actually pretty stinking cool, and there's one of those little mole guys who'll hug on them.
Lay that. There's some baling wire, because you never know when you got to make a roadside repair.
Yep.
An old jug full of actual just shit. I'm gonna throw this away.
Yep. Bottle cap, that one's definitely mine. That thing's a collector's for me.
Genuine draft. Miller.
That one's definitely
Okay,
mine.
there's the rest of your flashlight.
here.
Don't know what this is. Nothing. There's a voltage regulator, I'm guessing. Oh, distributor cap.
Cool. That thing looks like it's on a That thing
actually-
looks like it was from a Gatling gun or something.
Fairly new. This sweet NASCAR mirror,
That's cool.
which would be awesome if we could fix that and put that back in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That needs to go up there. Oh, can't reach.
Ooh. Daddy, there's a pocket knife in here.
That's a piece of junk, but still a pocket knife.
Yep.
Belden. I think these are wires. I'm guessing.
Cool.
Don't know. Trash. Hey, are you recording what you want to see, or are you recording what I'm holding up?
I'm recording what you're holding up and what I want to see when you're gone.
This is someone's welding project.
And if you cut off that handle little thing, it's kind of like an arrowhead.
There's a spout to a funnel or something. Simmons chrome cleaner. Oh, that's a maybe keep. That's pretty rusty. U-bolt. That's a polishing pad, I think.
Just gonna have to keep
Someone cared
that.
about the paint at some point. Old Pennzoil. Ooh, this one has actual oil in it.
What do you know?
What do you know? Western Family vegetable oil. Wow.
That I don't need. Oh my god, there's literally. Wait, no, that wasn't inside of it.
Okay. Garbage. All right, shut it off. We'll vacuum everything and we'll come back to you.
Okay.
So, did all the vacuuming we had to do, which was a lot. And what we found underneath was the trunk looks way better than I thought it would. There's really only just surface rust in here. There's a couple spots maybe in the corners where there's holes, but I'm pretty sure that's close to factory. And the biggest plus is that in these cars, the trunk is the gas tank. So when we replace the gas tank, most of the trunk gets replaced. And we're gonna do that just because it's so old. So I would say in the trunk, I mean, we're pretty much good to just strip it down and then, you know, fix the little bit of rust that's on the outside. So there's some trim holes here where you can probably see that in the video where they pulled some dents on this side. There's some rust on the other side right here, which is really not that bad and it'll be pretty easy to fix. Yeah, so that's good news. Honestly, it's better than I thought it was. We need to get all this out of the channel, and then if we get this out, then we'll see if there's holes. I don't see holes, but that doesn't mean there isn't any. So that'll be a project for another day because that's going to take a while. But we did get a lot of cool things that no one can see because you're recording me. There you go. Got a lot of cool things out of this trunk. Some of it usable, some of it not.
And some of it just cool.
Some of it just cool, yeah. I found out, can I have this real quick?
Yeah.
So I found out that people used to burn these holes into shock towers because that's how you could tighten up the upper control arm. That's unfortunate, but you know, money permitting and time permitting, one day this will have a new front end, so it won't even matter. And if it, you know, just has to be welded up, that's what we'll do. So I'm gonna vacuum this and then come back to it and see if we can get it turned over. What have you been doing all day?
Working on this little thing right here.
What were you just doing? Were you just working on this?
No, it's just sitting out of the grass.
Running around, having a good time. While I was vacuuming the inside of this engine bay.
Oh, it looks a lot cleaner.
It does look a little bit cleaner, yeah. So, you know, it's not great. It's not terrible. It's functional. Still got the drum brake set up, of course. So I tried to turn this over. It does move a little bit. It moves maybe a quarter of a turn. Let's see. Let's see the crank move here. Well, that's more than a quarter, actually. Actually, she spins all the way over. Okay, I took all the plugs out. I was wondering if that was a problem. But what I was going to say was, while I thought that was the problem, is that the plugs were in, I looked underneath, and someone decided that the oil pan was a cool place to jack the car up, or they hit something real bad. What else? I think tomorrow or next session we will drain the oil. There is transmission fluid in the transmission, and it actually looked kind of clean, which is a surprise to all of us. Give you a little walk around at the end of today. There she is. There's a stack of parts that we probably won't be using. The interior. Very nice. Not so nice. Not so nice. Back shelf needs replaced. Yeah, pretty much everything needs replaced, actually, I should say. Fred Flintstone in the front. Put some stuff back in the trunk so we can close everything up. Swept up. Try to get everything clean so we don't have to wear masks all day next time we work on this thing. But yeah, there it is. That's the bags of trash we took out of it.
Okay. Well, it was good working with you guys. Thank you. See ya.
And that's all for me as well. Part 2. If I can find an oil pan, we may start it. We may take the engine out. There's a lot that needs to be done in the engine bay. We'll see. Next time.